Welcome surfboard lovers, new board time here at boardshop.co.uk. The Seastix brand, the board is called the Deckhand. This board is aimed at people progressing off big foamy or a longer board who have nailed the first part of their surfing journey and want something that's going to get them loads of waves, have a big sweet spot, be nice and stable, but also allow them to progress. It also suits people who can't get in the water that much or who want a board dedicated to smaller, weaker conditions in crowded conditions. So let's have a little spin round. Nice curvy outline, lots of volume running through it, nice and flat, enough flip in the nose and the tail to make sure that one, you're not going to catch the nose when you're taking off, and two, that you can get it turning. 5 fin setup to give you the adaptability of a thruster or a quad, with futures fin set up, and all round a really well made UK built board, high quality construction with premium materials, with the glass job that's going to give you durability. That means the board's going to live with you through your surfing journey over a long time. It's not going to fall to bits or pressured into death after a couple of surfs. Now, the attributes of this board mean it paddles like an absolute demon. Even in weak, choppy or bumpy conditions, it'll get going and get you loads and loads of waves, which is key to that next stage of your progression. The more waves you catch, the quicker you improve, the more fun you have. And that's what the Deckhand is all about. There's not many boards in a PU construction out there that fill this gap. Bradley makes a board called the Mr. Bean, which is similar in ethos, but compared to that, this board is softened up a little bit, bigger sweet spot, volume distribution slightly different, to make it more adaptable and more usable for our conditions. Most people are going to surf it as a thruster, but if you're a more competent surfer, set it up as a quad in weaker or smaller waves, and it will give you that slightly looser feel, generate a little bit more speed. On the underside, there's a double concave running from the board through here, all the way through into the fins, and then a little bit of a V out of the tail. What that does is generate lifts, which generates speed, which is great for paddling. And also when you're up and riding, it helps you carry the speed through weaker sections of the wave. So this board can be viewed as a kind of a groveler type thing, but the extra length gives you that extra paddle power. It's no good in your progression from a bigger board, jumping on a high volume, same as this kind of volume, onto a 5/8, because the lack of length is a real inhibitor to wave catching and paddle speed. And also speed when you're up and riding. You've got to be a better surfer to make that board work in the kind of conditions that we experience 90% of the time. So the Deckhand is such an adaptable board. It's a sort of board that you're going to progress on and probably keep for the whole of your surfing lifetime, because it works in those smaller or weaker days as well. It's a great board for kids or smaller adults. Ride it in a shorter size, a 6'4", to get up and riding on straight away. And then it goes up to 6'10", which carries lots of volume, up to around 50 litres for a bigger guy who wants to surf a board that isn't a big mini mal or a longboard. So there it is, the Seastix Deckhand. Brilliant all-rounder, works for a whole range of people, will go in anything from knee to a little bit overhead conditions, and is perfectly suited to progressing in the waves that we get in the majority of the time in the UK. As always, online right now at Board Shop, choose a plain white one or a nice colour on the rails and the base. Lots of options online. 0% finance available, part exchange your old board, and if you need any advice, you know where we are. Thanks for watching.